Stay Ukrainian, my friends. Stay
Sponsored by Ukrainian Credit Union. Believe it or not, it's me, Ron Cahoot, with
Stay Ukrainian, my friends.
Stay Ukrainian, my friends.
On Sunday, May the 14th, there's a major concert that is going to be held at Kerner Hall in Toronto. And it's quite the event. Larissa Kuzmenko's piece Golden Harvest will be not premiered, but it will be performed by some very, very well-known artists and some very, very fine choirs, one of which is represented right here. Kvitka Kondratska is the artistic director, the conductor of Vesnyuka, the Ukrainian Canadian men's chamber choir. Is that what you call them?
Yes.
Yes.
Toronto Ukrainian Male Chamber Choir. Couldn't find a name yet.
There's no you put Toronto Ukrainian male
Tooms.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. You guys didn't commission this piece, did you?
No. Lawrence Ivashko commissioned the piece, and it was premiered in Winnipeg. We were asked to join Orpheus Choir to perform it here in Toronto. Yes.
Cool.
It was wow.
That means Orpheus, they're social climbers. They're working with Vesnyuka.
In the Ukrainian community, yes.
There are other guest artists in this program, are there?
There are the soloists, Adriana Truchman, who now is performing at the Metropolitan Opera, and James Westman. Yes. Plus a whole symphony, because there are two oratorios being performed, both with a full symphony orchestra.
Now, is this the only piece being performed at this?
No, we're doing another Canadian composer, Eustatios The Houses Stand Not Far Apart. An excellent piece of music. Very challenging for a community choir like ours, but so satisfying.
In speaking with Larissa about this, she wrote the music. I asked her how she writes these things, and she says, well, she gets the libretto and then she writes the music. And I said, okay, what languages? And she says, well, Ukrainian, English, and French. And I went, oh, and she went, yeah. It's a very, very verbose language. It's just very flowery, and there's so much. She had so much trouble with syllabic concurrence and stuff like that. Now, Vesnyuka will be singing in Ukrainian, will be singing in English, but will also be singing in French. Now, before we get to that, that means that Orpheus will be singing in Ukrainian.
We're singing together at all times. At all times. There's never Vesnyuka by themselves. This is a piece of music that everyone sings at the same time.
So those guys in that choir better scream, because there's a lot of women's voices.
Well, no, but he's got quite a few men. Yeah, and it's a very fine choir.
So tell me, how's the French going?
The French is difficult. It's difficult because what you learn in school, or the speaking French, is not the same as the singing French. I was not good in French, so I have to rely on two of my French teachers in the choir that will correct us. The men find it a little bit more difficult than the women, but that's life.
Isn't it though? Hey, quit your complaining, guys. So let's get this straight now. This is a piece that was commissioned. Orpheus Choir is putting this show on, and they asked you to participate?
Yes. Why?
The first statement was going to be, wow, that's a feather in your cap.
It is a feather in our cap, and I'll answer it with why they asked us. Because Bob Cooper knows Vesnyuka yet from the CBC choral competitions. He used to be the producer of CBC choral music.
You guys were winning them, weren't you?
And we were winning them a lot of times, not every time, but we were winning quite a few. And then we've done concerts together. We did the Chernobyl 20 concert at Roy Thompson, and then we did the Easter morning. It was a huge event at the CBC. And I'm trying to think if we worked together. So when he, which I think is very important, why would Orpheus celebrate the 125th anniversary of Ukrainians? Yeah. I think that's, first of all, it's a feather in Larissa's cap, right? The fact that they chosen her work. And I think we as Ukrainians should be extremely proud of something like that, that Larissa has. Well, Larissa is a well-known composer in Canada. Tak, in Canada, in the world, like her husband, Gary Kulesha, right? Not too many out there, Ukrainian composers, now I'm talking about, that have made it in the Canadian scene. So the fact that they picked this together with celebrating Canada's 150th is really a wonderful tribute to her work.
They're going to have an orchestra as well, right?
They're going to have a huge
full
orchestra. A full orchestra. Percussive section is just humongous. It's because in the houses stand not far apart, very big percussive.
And all orchestrated by Larissa.
No, her own work.
Her own work.
Her own work, yes, yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, she's not just she's not.
No, I know that, but
She's
it's
written symphonies and all sorts
know
of
that,
things.
yeah. She
Okay.
was saying that,
I thought in case you didn't know that.
Asia
Yeah.
and all throughout the world. I mean, her stuff is performed, and she's very, very prolific. And she also played piano for you. She was your accompanist. wasn't
She was in
Is
the
this
early
pre or
years.
post Xenia? Xenia.
It is post Xenia. Xenia was our first. I'm trying to think who was the second. I think it must have been Larissa. I remember her being in London with us, in Europe a number of times, and boy, were we lucky to have her, because at that time she would write all the accompaniment for us, and she did a lot of music for us.
Was she the Larissa Kuzmenko that she is today then? Or was she just beginning her?
She was beginning, yeah. But I mean, you certainly could see that there was a great deal of talent there.
Well, this is very, very exciting, and it's sort of out of your ilk, isn't it?
Yes, it is. This is something new for us. But that's what makes it so challenging and exciting for the choir, and that's how a choir develops, right? I mean, some of these things, they're tone clusters, there are a lot of dissonances, the rhythmical is very intricate. So it's a lot of learning, but hey, that's great.
Corner Hall, that's at the conservatory, isn't it?
It's at the conservatory, right? It's University and Bloor at 3:30 in the afternoon. So I know it's Mother's Day, but what a wonderful gift to give to your mother. Take her out for brunch and then to a concert, or to a concert and then to dinner. I mean, you've got
everybody's
options.
Mother's Day all planned.
I do have it planned, but it's not only that. It's it's once in a lifetime that you will be able to hear a concert like that. And I think I was saying that to someone. I remember in the 50s when I went to Massey Hall to hear the Toronto Symphony and Lev Turkevich conducting. My father sang in that choir, and it was a choir of, I don't know, hundreds. And that stayed with me. When was the last time you saw a Ukrainian choir at Kontakt Hall with a whole symphony singing?
Yeah, when's the last time you saw a Ukrainian choir with a whole symphony singing?
Well, it was.
The kosztuje.
Well, you have no idea how much.
Yeah, I do.
Well, it's a very costly venture. So that's why I think we, Ukrainians, first of all, should be extremely thankful to Orpheus Choir, Bob Cooper, for putting this on, right? We are extremely thankful that he invited Visnyuka and the Ukrainian Male Chamber Choir. And I would hope that all the Ukrainians come out to this, because it really is going to be a wonderful event.
Is it a big house?
1,000 people.
You shouldn't have a problem getting that.
Well, hey, in this day and age, I don't know.
Would
it's
you
hard.
classify this concert as a Ukrainian concert?
No, I would classify it as a celebration of Canadian music.
Very well put. Wow, that's
100.
Right off the top of your head.
Yeah, I
Great.
didn't even have to think about that one. And we're singing O Canada in 3 languages.
Really?
Yes. So when will you hear that? With a full symphony, with the Godfrey Rideoats.
So wait a minute. So you're going to sing it? You're not going to sing it 3 times. You're going to switch language to language to language.
Language, yes.
What? Holy smokes!
Yes, that's exciting.
Who goes first? English?
English goes first. Приспів O Canada is До Бога ми руки зносім за тебе краю наш, and so forth.
Wow.
And then French.
Stay Ukrainian, my friends, and stay Ukrainian, my friends, on the 14th of May, Kontakt Hall, 3:30. It promises to be a great show, and come out to this, because this is, for the Ukrainian community to be involved in something like this. This is downtown. This is big time, and you should come out and support those who are giving others the chance to perform, and support Larissa. She's brilliant. we'll see you soon.
Stay Ukrainian, my friends. Stay
Sponsored by Ukrainian Credit Union. Believe it or not, it's me.